Okay, so it's about 6 a.m. in the morning and I'm here with Sasha, and he and we're going to go to Mykolayiv, and we're also going to visit some of the towns that have been attacked and bombed in that area, and we're going to see if we can do some immediate impact assistance. So let's go, huh?
Yes.
All right, say hi, Sasha.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, all righty.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so Sasha tried to get us into the port of Ochakov, which is a significant port for grain distribution to the world. We got stopped at the port by big men with big guns. But I schmoozed them up, and they still didn't let us in. But they sort of relaxed. They refused to believe that a guy was just here doing his thing, that I wasn't connected to any organizations or anything like that. But we had a good chat. We actually gave them some bandages. I gave them some socks, and I gave them some coffee. And then while we was there, lucky enough, I don't want to say the name of this relief team, but they were a private relief team, and under the auspices of medical care. But I gotta tell you, I've been around the block, and I don't think that their primary purpose and core capabilities were medical. I just don't want to say the name of the company, but these were some serious dudes, man. But they were really nice too. They interpreted for me. They tried to help me out, but they were doing their thing. And considering that they were at the level of what they do and what they're doing in, say, Kharkiv and places like that, they were certainly congenial. The gentleman behind me his name is Vasily. So we were driving here in Mykolayiv looking for the aid distribution center that we've been invited to go to, and we see two children, and he says, "Hey, give them a candy bar." I said, "Great idea." So I give him a candy bar, and Vasily comes outside. Now, it doesn't look very good that I'm giving his two children a candy bar. And the first thing he says to me is, "Are you a Christian?" Well, not, "Are you a Christian?" He says, "You Christian?" I said, "I am now." It turns out that he's a military chaplain, and he's a chaplain of his church. He wants to take us around to show us some of the damage that is done. This house right here is where the Russians, and the house across from me, this street is just on the other side of his street. The Russians culminated right at about this point. They blew up this house just because they're not good people. Right now the destruction, it just looks very sterile. But you've got to think, people were living here. This house was ablaze, and the Russians have waged a war against civilians. This is not a military target. And then after the fire's out, depending on whether or not people were killed here, where are they? Undoubtedly, they had animals. Are the animals orphaned? I mean, you're seeing it on the news. You're seeing it on other websites. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. I mean, this is just the facts. I mean, you could go through here. This place could even be booby-trapped. I mean, look at it. Personal belongings. I'm not going to touch any personal belongings. Like, for example, that water bottle right there, it could be booby-trapped. I mean, why would there be a water bottle right here in the middle of where a raging fire is? That water bottle should be melted. It's probably booby-trapped. because they think someone's going to come along and grab some water. Well, I tell you what, I'm not thirsty. It's just totally sad. Now, there's some pots and pans there that it looks like someone collected up. They too could be booby-trapped. That doorway could be booby-trapped. But maybe someone came in here and just tried to collect some personal belongings. I just don't know. It's just totally terrible. It sucks. A beautiful brick home. Completely decimated. Books on the bookshelf. This looks like it was either it looks like it was some sort of a sitting room or a den. 2-story beautiful home. I gotta tell you, the Russian government and the Russian soldiers and the Russian people are responsible for this all over Ukraine. There's no other way to sugarcoat it. There's no other way to tell the story. So, not like any other disaster, this is a water distribution point. I don't want to make a show of filming them. I'm not here to really gawk at people's inconveniences. But this is a good lesson for all of us, whether it was Hurricane Katrina, whether it's any other hurricane, whether it's earthquakes. One of the first things that happens is people run out of drinking potable water. And so a lesson for us all is to have some sort of water purification system so that at least we can drink in times of emergencies. These people live in the city of Mykolayiv. It's a beautiful beach town. They would never have imagined this happening to them. And so, they're doing great. They're delivering water, but my gosh, look, I'm sure there's a limit on how much they can have because they've all got similar bottles for the most part, but I'm sure there's a limit. You might have to show ID to show how many people live in your household. And then what about the old people who can't get here to get it? Someone's got to take it to them. And I'm sure Mykolayiv has a system to do that because this is a fully functioning city government. The rail cars are working, the lights, the traffic lights are back on. This is the pure definition of civilians on the battlefield. These civilians are 3 to 5 kilometers away from the front line, the line of contact. They are 3 to 5 kilometers away from the line of contact, and they're standing in line like a Sunday morning to get some water. It's there's almost a certain amount of dissonance to that, but life has to go on.